Hey everybody, this is D Hunter for another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at McFarlane's DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Killer Croc. This is the Platinum Chase variant with green skin, part of the collector build Jonah Hex wave, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, McFarlane Toys, collector build Jonah Hex, Batman the Animated Series Killer Croc, McFarlane Platinum Edition. Here he is in the package. We have Jonah Hex weapons and head. Killer Croc has a total of 6 hands and a collector's card. One side of the package, Killer Croc. Other side, just his name. At the back, here's Jonah Hex. Here's a piece you get with Croc, instructions how to build him, and the rest of the wave. Looks like they put a different barcode on top of his original one. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get 2 of these Killer Croc figures, one of which you open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. And here's the green Platinum Chase Killer Croc next to the standard white skin release version. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He has a total of 6 interchangeable hands, a collector's card, and then the head, guns, and knife of Jonah Hex. Before I deal with all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is Killer Croc from Batman the Animated Series. Not only that, but this is the Platinum Chase variant done in a green color scheme, which is not accurate to anything in Batman the Animated Series, but is sort of an homage to the way he's drawn in the comics sometimes. Sometimes he has sort of white or gray skin, sometimes green skin and a more lizard-like appearance. This is the sort of man-like Killer Croc from Batman the Animated Series, but done in the sort of lizard-like color scheme. His real name is Waylon Jones. Typically, or at least originally, he was just a man with a really bad skin condition, had sort of a crocodile type appearance, but over the years he's become more and more crocodile-like, enormous, tail, snout, all that good stuff. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So start with his head. He always had that sort of dumb look to him. His mouth is sort of semi-open, and it looks kind of like a skull. I mean, you can see right through his mouth, and it's really large. He's got all these little sort of bumps all over him. His eyes, kind of like yellow slits. He does have a traditional ab crunch, single jointed elbows and knees. You can see his little spines there. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which looks great. It looks very accurate how he looked in Batman the Animated Series. And I'll tell you, this guy, just like my regular version, is very loose in the waist area. It's sort of in the hips. Just like, it's a really hard time staying in one place. If you give him that sweet spot, okay, sure. But it's very easy for him to fall forward or backward. That is definitely disappointing. And some sort of error with the McFarlane design. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. And looking at this guy, I thought, maybe he would glow in the dark. The skin color is like the perfect sort of tone for that. But he does not. Thought that would have been a pretty cool Easter egg with this guy. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Killer Croc from Batman the Animated Series. He's sporting his gray skin from the TV show. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And now for the Jonah Hex pieces. They have the head and weapons for Jonah Hex. Now this is the Platinum version of Killer Croc, so I already have these accessories. I don't really need a second head for Jonah Hex, but I'll welcome the guns and knife. If you buy the entire wave, you get a collect to build Jonah Hex. A deep, obscure cut from the Batman the Animated Series universe, and a welcome one at that. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 6 hands, 3 left hands, and 3 right hands. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Here's Killer Croc with his second pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands. Then his third pair of hands. These look like they could be some clawing, grabbing, or throwing hands. Now to look at the reuse differences and similarities between this Platinum version of Killer Croc and the regular release. And of course, they're 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, but a different paint job. So let's take a closer look. Pretty much everything's the same, except this guy's skin is a really light gray. This is a pretty light green. In the pants, we have light blue pants, dark blue pants. Everything else is the same. Yeah, that's the whole point. It's a Platinum Chase variant. It's just a paint variant, a little bit more rare than the regular version. They've now made 4 different versions of the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Killer Croc. From left to right, we have the new McFarlane Platinum Chase variant with the green skin, then the McFarlane Standard Release version with the white skin, then the DC Direct single release from about 10 years ago with the white skin, and then the DC Direct Villains multi-pack from a 5-pack that came with Montoya. This guy has the gray skin. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.6 inches tall, which can translate to just under 17 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, you're going to rotate side to side. He can look up and down a pretty good amount. Can tilt his head at least a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out almost 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a single jointed elbow with rotation. His wrist can rotate and it's hinged as well. He's got traditional sort of ab crunch. And he's got kind of a ball joint there. I guess it has the ab crunch plus rotation. It's not a ball joint. Legs almost completely splits. Legs go forward. Really not very much. The actual legs, about that much. Back, not at all. Single jointed knee. There's no rotation. And then the ankle. It's a simple rotating ankle. Here's a look at this platinum green skinned Killer Croc in the sewers underneath Gotham City. And just cause, here's the regular version in a similar Gotham City sewer setup. Now let's check them out. Next is with our action figures, starting off with our Killer Croc figures. Here are all the DC Direct animated Killer Croc figures. 2 from DC Direct back in the day, and 2 from McFarlane recently. Here's this Killer Croc, next to the older Kenner animated series Killer Croc. And here he is, with the DC Direct, the New Batman Adventures Croc, the original DC Direct version on the left, and the McFarlane version on the right. Then, with the McFarlane DC Multiverse versions of Killer Croc. And now, with all the DC Direct and DC Collectibles versions of Killer Croc. Next, with my Mattel Killer Croc figures. And now to check him out with some non-Killer Croc Killer Croc figures. Here he is with a couple of Fury Planet Croc Hunter figures. And here with some NECA Ninja Turtle Leatherhead figures. Then with a couple of Hasbro Marvel Legends Lizard figures. Then with the Mattel Wrestling Crossover with Monsters line. This is Bray Wyatt as a lizard. So here are all the different Killer Croc figures that I have in my collection. I believe I have all of them in the 6 and 7 inch scale. If there's any that I'm missing, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. And finally, here's Killer Croc next to a bunch of Crocodile figures. Here are all the Platinum figures in the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series line. From Batman the Animated Series, the New Batman Adventures, Batman The Adventures Continue, and Batman Beyond. And tell you the truth, I think this very well might be the final Platinum figure. Maybe I'll be wrong, maybe we'll get another wave. But as of right now, nothing's been leaked or announced, except for the Batcave, and there's no Platinum of that, of course. Now let's check him out, next to some other DC Direct animated figures. Here he is, next to the rest of his wave. Both regular and Platinum versions of Batman, Grey Ghost, Ra's al Ghul, both versions of the Killer Croc, collect build Jonah Hex. And here he is, next to the previous wave, Poison Ivy, Bane, Hardak Batman, Phantasm, collect build Bruce Wayne. Then, with the wave before that, Batgirl, Princess Joker, Lightning Strike Batman, Two-Face, collect build Maxi Zeus. And with the wave before that, this was the second wave, the Riddler, both versions of Commissioner Gordon, Blind as a Bat Batman, Trenchcoat Joker, collect build Lockup. And now, with the first wave, Robin, both versions of Scarecrow, Batman, Mr. Freeze, collect build Condiment King. Here he is, with McFarlane's most recent The New Batman Adventures offerings, both versions of Batman, Etrigan, and Mr. Freeze. And now, with McFarlane's Batman The Adventures Continue offerings, both the regular and Platinum versions of Red Hood. Next, with McFarlane's Batman Beyond figures, a couple versions of the Terry McGinnis Batman, Old Man Bruce Wayne, and Ace the Bat Hound. Here's a look at the entire DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Batman Rogues Gallery collection. And then the revamped, the new Batman Adventures Batman Rogues Gallery. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a DC Direct animated figure, they are typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and then work my larger. Here he is, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures, and now with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex figures. Here's Killer Croc, next to some packing tape, and here he is with some Mattel and Mezco DC figures, then with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures, and now with some NECA and DC Direct figures, next with some Diamond Select toys and Jakks Pacific wrestling figures, and finally with some McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. So overall, it's a cool Killer Croc figure, and it's a cool Platinum Chase variant. This is what they should do with Platinum Chase variants. Make something that looks cool, based on some sort of logical paint variant, but it's not necessary to the collection. Now, I like the figure. Since Killer Croc is a large man in the animated universe, it makes for a larger figure in an action figure line that's a little bit smaller than what I generally like. He fits in pretty good with the Mattel DC Universe Classic stuff. His articulation is a little bit more limited than I like. I'd love to see double jointed elbows and knees. If I were to rate this guy, I'd probably give him a 6 out of 10. Not the best figure, not the worst. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, head to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.